Kaboom! Wednesday night. It can mean only one thing. We got the Scars Ferrari Challenge coming at you live. OCR TV bringing you flag-to-flag coverage of both races tonight. The first race, qualifying being completed right now. The second race, an inverted field of the results of the first race. Those are usually exciting. If you pick one race to watch them both. Welcome. I'm Wendell. Apparently, I'm going to be doing these for you. Supposed to have a partner, but maybe we'll bust out the alter ego tonight. In any event, qualifying is wrapping up. We are gonna try to show you the grid. Try to give it to you anyway. I don't know, you may not like it. We'll see. There it is, your pole sitter, Justin Richardson. No surprise there, folks. We got Kurt Crum to his outside tonight in the 11 car. P3 belongs to none other than Eric Mickey. We got Matthew St. Germain rolling off the grid fourth tonight in the 46 car. Fifth place belongs to Brian Son in the 03 with Thomas Morris in the 99 rolling off the grid P6. Seventh belongs to, first time I've seen him, Amon Johnson in the 54 car with Valery Bachitz in the 45. Jason Brassfield rolling off P9 in the 15 car with Will Salisbury rolling the grid 10th in the 4 car. Will, if I'm not mistaken, picked up a W last week. So I know he's looking to back that up. And then, of course, the ever-awesome Andrew Mickey in the 86 car rolling off the grid P11 tonight. Let's see what we got for you. A grid timer counting down. Matter of fact, we'll just put that up there. Less than a minute remaining until we are green flag. I think we're waiting for one more to grid up. Once we get that last gritter, we're going to go green. And I don't mean in the sense of driving hybrids and recycling, if you know what I'm saying. In any event, there it is. Lights are out. Beat. And we're green. They're gone. A small issue for that car there, getting off the grid. We'll see if he's able to get it back up to speed. Richardson and Crum already in battles. Contact between the 46 and the 84. Turn one there. Got a little bit of some crinkles going on. St. Germain going to come out on top for the time being. Andrew Mickey going to slot in. P4 looks like. We got Brian Son right behind them, right in front of Thomas Morris. That's your 5th and 6th place cars. Pretty good start for these two up front. Not that that's any surprise. They do it every week. Justin Richardson, Kurt Crum. The track tonight, the Nurburgring, the Grand Prix circuit, and another iconic racetrack that the Scars Ferrari Challenge visits. I kind of feel like this might be a trend. I don't know. We'll see. But Kurt Crum sliding through the corner there. See if we can take you back a little bit further. Looks like Will Salisbury may have missed the grid. Not sure what's going on there. Back here it was Amon Johnson that got the bad start there off the grid. I know if he sticks around for race 2, he'll be looking to improve that with the rolling start for the second field. But just ahead of Amon there, we've got Andrew Mickey in 86, and then Valery Bachitz sitting P8 right now. Just above these guys, Jason Brassfield, another name I don't recall seeing so far this season. But it's good to see new people coming in. I don't know about the administrators of the league, but I'd like to see these fields stacked. Looks like we got us a race here between Matthew St. Germain and Eric Mickey. St. Germain pouring it on strong here as we get further along into the season. These two essentially side by side. Oh, we got the 03 of Brian Song coming in real hot. Slideways even. Now he's going to be under attack from Thomas Morris there with the 15 car. Jason Brassfield looking to get position on him as well. Not going to be able to clear him. So move Thomas up to the 5th position. Well, that one little slip up from the 03 that allows him to get around. Now some separation between the 84 and the 46 there. We're going to take it back here to where the action is hotting up. We got a Thomas Morris, Brian Son, and Jason Brassfield. They're yep. And Brian Son taking the peak. Not able to hold that momentum through the corner though. Had to back it down a little bit. These three right here, your closest battle on track currently. I have a feeling we're going to see that change a little bit tonight as Brian Son does look to the inside of the 99 car. He is going to have position there. The 15 looking to come with him, but again, not able to get that position. Oh, almost had contact there from the 99 and the 03. And back closer to the front, 3rd and 4th place cars, Eric Mickey, Matthew St. Germain. St. Germain looks like he's able to close back up to Mickey a little bit. And with just above 15 minutes remaining in this first race, we know he'll be looking to get around that 84 for that podium. Until this heats up a little bit more, we'll take you back here to the race between Thomas Morris and Jason Brassfield. Two good-looking Ferraris there. Brassfield in the shell. In the shell Ferrari, Thomas Morris in the got that stab Ferrari. As Morris slides a little bit wide through the corner there, that allows Brassfield to get around him. So move Jason Brassfield up to the 6th position with Brian Son making his way back into the top 5. St. Germain, Eric Mickey still locked into battle up here for the 3rd position. St. Germain looking pretty good through that last corner as they come down this long straightaway here. Now with these cars draft in full effect, as you saw there, St. Germain able to draft right around Eric Mickey. Slings out a little bit wide, but Mickey not able to capitalize on that. At least not yet. We're going to take you inside the 84 car. Giving him the peak job. To stay with the roll bar view here, at least until the completion of this lap. We'll see if we can get you an idea of how well the draft works in these cars. As Eric goes a little bit wide there, allowing St. Germain to get a little bit of a gap on him. Saint Germain with a bad corner there. Able to get back on track though. We'll see how well the draft works here. It seems like about right here is when it starts picking up. Saint Germain diving low, trying to protect that. Mickey gonna get the better run here. But Mickey being very patient with the 46 car. We have about 12 minutes remaining in this race. Give you an update up here with the leaders. We got Justin Richardson out front in the 13 car. Got about a 1.5 lead over second place, Kurt Crum. Kurt in the 11 car. Kurt's cab. Of course, we've already discussed third and fourth place. A little further back from these guys, we got Brian Son riding P5 right now. A decent separation from the 15 of Jason Brassfield, who is P6. Another 2-ish seconds back to Thomas Morris. And then Valery Vachitz, Amon Johnson, and Andrew Mickey all pretty close together back here. Try to keep all these cars in the same view. It's kind of hard sometimes, but gonna give it our best shot for you. It looks like Will Salisbury has rejoined the racetrack, so probably not going to be able to do anything with this race, but we look forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do next race. As it looks like Andrew Mickey looking to make the move around Amon Johnson here. Amon going to lift and let him go, not gonna push the issue there. Step back out a little bit back to the front. Looks like we do have separation between Saint Germain and Eric Mickey. Saint Germain may have found his stride here. We have about 10 minutes remaining in this race with 1 minute 51 second lap times. Looking probably what, about 7 or 8 laps. Say probably 7. I don't know, math is not my strong suit. Of course, neither is pushing buttons, but we do it, so. Looks like most of the front of the field, with the exception of Saint Germain and Eric Mickey, have a pretty decent separation. The race right now on tracks these guys here in the back of the field. Now, assuming these guys finish back here, as you may or may not be aware, the start of the race puts them back in the front of the field for round 2. These guys look like they're pretty solid where they are. Not really setting the track on fire, but as Valery is way off track. Andrew Mickey almost runs right into the back of him, has to check up. That allows Amon Johnson to come by. Valery just way out of shape through that last set of corners, but Andrew not coming out on top of that. It does look like he does have position on Amon coming down into the first corner here. But Amon able to get back on the throttle sooner. That hurts a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. Now, further back out front, we're gonna show you Kurt Crum. We're gonna hop in the roll bar with him. It was still running pace with Justin Richardson, but just not able to make up that ground. So far this race has not fallen further back from 1.7 seconds of a gap. But you know, unless you're beating the lap times of the guy in front of you, you're not gonna catch him. I know. You're welcome, Captain Obvious. Here's your first place car, your second place car, and this is the gap all the way back to the third place car. You can see these two guys out front. They have the speed. Now Saint Germain third, Eric Mickey fourth. We got Brian Son fifth, Jason Brassfield sixth. Then Thomas Moores, Valery Botchitz, Amon Johnson, and Andrew Mickey rounding out your field. You know, the gap between first and second, it's moving forward and backwards between 1.4 and 1.7 seconds. So unless Kurt can pick up some extra time somewhere, looks like they're probably going to finish here. And Saint Germain able to put a larger gap on Eric Mickey here. With about 6 minutes remaining. Eric running out of time to get back up on that podium. But we've seen Eric do this a couple of times in the last, say, 2 weeks. You know, not a terribly good first race, but somehow manages to come back in the second race and get himself on the podium. We'll see if he's able to do that again tonight. Come back here with the 54 of Amon Johnson, looking like he might be trying to challenge the 45 for his position. Take you back up to the third and fourth place battle. No change here. Come back to the Brian Son, Jason Brassfield camera shot. No change here. Oh, we got Amon Johnson finally making the challenge for the 45's position. They're going to be side by side down the front straightaway here. Andrew Mickey going to come in, looking at making it 3 wide. And he said, forget looking, we're actually going to do it. Locks it up there. And forces the 54 to check up a little bit, but 54 able to capitalize there. Now Andrew and Valery here locked into battle. These gentlemen battling for 9th position right now, but treating it like a win. We got some more tire lockup from the 45 and the 86 there. That's gonna kill those tires, gentlemen. This currently your closest battle on track, so we're gonna stick with it for a few. We got about 3.5 minutes remaining in the first race. Andrew Mickey slideways through the corner, giving it every bit of throttle he can. Ooh, Saint Germain a little bit out of shape coming through the first corner there. That's going to allow Eric to pick up a little bit of time on him. About 2.5 minutes remaining. Eric looking really smooth, but Saint Germain just running really solid lap times. Eric not able to capitalize on that. Take you back out front here. Justin Richardson, Kurt Crum. The gap has shrunk, but it's not shrinking fast enough for this to become a race. And it looks like the next flag will be the white flag. As Justin rounds the last corner here down the long straightaway. This should be your white flag lap. We'll see how that goes. No real close battles on track right now. That's Justin Richardson P1, Kurt Crum P2, Matthew Saint Germain is third, Eric Mickey fourth. We got Brian Son in the fifth position with Jason Brassfield running sixth. Thomas Moore is still sitting seventh. Amon Johnson's made his way from the 10th position to the 8th position after a, well, lack of a better term, a horrible start to this race. Valery Vachit's sitting P9 with Andrew Mickey P10. Now, if the field finishes this the way it sits, Andrew going to be your provisional pole sitter for race number 2. But still a little bit of time left. You never know what might happen. And it looks like this last lap, Jason Brassfield just pouring it on strong. He has dropped the gap to, the 5th place car, Brian Son, significantly. Cut it almost in half. We're going to come back up front with Justin Richardson. He's going to round that last corner. High beams flashing. Justin Richardson going to be your race 1 winner. Kurt Crum, P2. Now the 3rd place position, Matthew Saint Germain, that's the gap between 1st and 2nd and 3rd. A significant gap there, about 15 seconds. Saint Germain's 3rd, Eric Mickey 4th. Looks like Brian Son was able to hold off the charge of Jason Brassfield for your 5th and 6th position. And Thomas Moore is coming through P7 with Amon Johnson 8th, Valery Vachit's 9th, and Andrew Mickey rounding out your 10th place position here. Show you those statistics up there on the top. See how it goes. We don't have the gentleman ready for interviews at this moment. Oh, looks like we're getting them in there now. So we'll watch these results here. We'll reach down here and grab them. What do you say we do that? Let's go ahead and get our 3rd place finisher, Matthew Saint Germain, in here. What we'll do, we'll just snatch and grab like we always do. Saint Germain rolling off 4th, finishing 3rd. Another really solid battle with Eric Mickey. Saint Germain, tell us a little bit about your race 1 here.
It was a good, solid race. had a good feel for the front end, and was able to push Eric a bit. And as soon as I made the pass, I got a little nervous and made a couple of mistakes, let him catch up, and was able to, after he caught up, was able to put down a couple clean laps. But I noticed that I was faster in, I think, the first half of the track, and then the second half of the track, he was faster than me when I was watching the relative. So it's just a matter of trying to get a gap that I can manage in front of him.
Yeah, we definitely noticed that the gap was essentially maintained throughout the remainder of the race. Maybe a half second here and there, but third place, nothing to gawk at. Can we look forward to seeing another battle between you and Eric like we did last week?
I think so. I think me and Eric are at the same level. For the last 3 or 4 weeks, we've had some pretty crazy battles, especially at Road Atlanta. I think me and him are going at it side by side, couple corners, and so it's pretty good fun racing, that's for sure. I look forward to it.
Well, we're looking forward to it up here, especially with the inverted field. P3 again, nothing to gawk at. But Matthew Saint Germain, we will see you maybe at the end of race number 2.
10-4. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's your third place finisher. Let's see who we got. Yeah, Kurt's cab. Bringing him on up to the broadcast booth. Rolled off P2, finished P2. Kurt, another race, another solid pace with the 13 car. Tell us a little bit about your race, bud.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Start was kind of funny. I think pretty much everyone on the field screwed up their start. So I actually had a chance to get ahead of Justin there, but played a little safe. Didn't want to cause any wrecks too early on, and had to give him a line going up the hill there. But yeah, it was pretty good. I feel like I forgot some pace since qualifying. I actually had a really solid optimal. Screwed up my qualifying laps, so it took me about towards the end of the race. I started remembering what the hell I'm supposed to do again, and but these 20-minute sprint formats, it's not a lot of time to do anything with it.
No, not at all. But the good news, at least for you, is the last couple of weeks, race 2 been very favorable to you. Seems like you're able to get through the traffic better than anyone else that starts in the back. Can we look forward to seeing you do that again?
Yeah, well, I sure hope so. I think my real world racing experience helps out there with racing really shitty cars with a wide variety of drivers. So
Yeah.
I'll I'll look to capitalize on that and see what we can do.
Well, Kurt, we saw you do it last week. You charged through the field and I believe ended up with a podium finish. We look forward to maybe getting you back in the broadcast booth at the end of race number 2.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot for it. Thanks.
Go. That was your second place finisher. This becoming a trend. Speaking of trends, the trend has been set. It is concreted and reinforced with steel. Justin Richardson rolled off the grid first, finished first. Tell us a little bit about your dominance.
I think I've had more dominant races. I've never liked this track. I was kind of worried. The practice laps, obviously the car feels good. There's tons of downforce, but I've just never unlocked I don't know what you can call it, the speed out of this track, I feel. And I just dislike it. It's the worst one, I think, on iRacing for me or in general. I almost didn't do my last qualifying attempt, thinking it would be better to stick behind Kurt at the beginning. But I don't know, the competitor in me thought I just want to beat the time, and luckily I did right there. And after the countdown stopped, I knew it'd be close. Kurt seems to always get a better start when we're standstill, so I expected him to be close to me at the start. So I just went wide and tried to get on the power as early as I could because I knew I had inside line to turn 2. And after that, I guess it was just maintaining my pace. If I push too hard through a corner, I find myself gaining a couple tenths. So then I'd push harder through a corner and I'd lose it, and Kurt's right back there. So I knew I had to maintain and not push too hard and just keep my pace. And it looked like it was pretty close there at the end, about a second between us, but luckily it was enough.
Well, Justin, I hate to bring this up, but we've noticed the last, I believe, 2 weeks, or at least 2 of the 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah, race number 2, not as kind to you as race number 1. This might be a
I got lucky at it. Sorry.
Well, say this might be a rhetorical question, but can we expect you to turn that around tonight?
I'll try, but last week, I don't know if you guys could tell, but it usually starts where Kurt and I are just cutting through the traffic. And last week was the same way, and I was I think it was the most pissed. I wasn't that pissed off, but I was pissed. But is his name Valerie? He went wide at the entrance of the chicane at Spa, so I kept at the inside and went wide on the exit on the front straight, and he climbed up over my hood. I don't know how, and then later he messaged me and said I didn't give him room, but if you look, I mean, I was off on the green stuff. There's nowhere else to go. So for this week, like I said last week, I have no expectations. I got the win for me that counts because I qualified first and I was able to stay up there. The second race, I guess, is just fun, and if I wreck, I wreck. But it'd be fun to be able to make it there and fight with Kurt from the other side now.
Very true. I mean, I guess essentially I'm speaking for myself. Every week I actually look forward to seeing how far you and Kurt can climb. This week, no different. Nurburgring, you may not like it, but the result of race 1 doesn't back up that claim. Just we look forward to maybe getting you back in the booth here after race number 2, bud.
I wouldn't bet on it. I'd more likely say see you next week.
Well, good win race number 1, and good luck race number 2.
Thank you.
All right, and there you go. That's it. We're going to throw the results back up for you one more again. We are going to pull up the screen, get swapped over to the next race server. And as soon as that is ready to be brought to you, we will, in fact, bring it to you. Hang out for a little while. We'll be coming back to you probably less than 10 minutes. We'll see you then. And as promised, we're back. We got about 3 minutes remaining for practice for race number 2. Race number 2, inverted field of race number 1's results. Gonna try. I know Andrew Mickey will be starting on pole. I believe Valery Botchitz will be to his outside. We're not even gonna guess. We're just gonna wait for the grid to let you know. Rolling start here in race number 2. So that's a little bit different than the standing start of race 1. Go ahead and at least give you some eye candy as Kurt's Cab is making his last practice laps here for race number 2 at the Nurburgring. But the past 3 weeks has shown that the second race is usually the more exciting race. This inverted field that they've decided to do has really, well, we're going to say it again, has made it exciting. At least for the first 6 minutes of the race. Hopefully we're going to get a longer one tonight. This track a little bit more racy than a few of the others that we've been to. It's going to be hard for these guys to top race number 2 at Bathurst, though. That was pretty incredible, I do say so. I believe we also have Thomas Morris out on track, making some laps here. Some wide arc corners as well. And Thomas has made it clear he's not a fan of the brake bias in these cars. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Pretty quiet for me right now. My apologies. Trying to make sure everything is right and ready. Now maybe a little biased, but that got that stat machine pretty good looking paint on that Ferrari, or sticker at least. And as we see the practice session ending now, should pop us right in to the race. We see Thomas Morris pull over right there. That does. Session has changed. We're going to see what it looks like. Looks like we might be doing another standing start. Well, in any event, we got Will Salisbury on pole. He missed the first race, but he's your pole sitter for race number 2. We got Andrew Mickey sitting P2. We got Valery Botchitz in the 45. He's going to be 3rd right now. Amon Johnson in the 54 is going to roll off 4th. Thomas Morris in the 99 is going to be sitting P5 currently. Brian Son in the 03 6th. Eric Mickey, 7th in the 84 car. Matthew St. Germain rolling off 8th. Kurt Crum 11th and Kurt Crum 9th. Justin Richardson 10th. And we are already going to be green, gentlemen. We're out. Oh, stacking it up right there at the start. You know, Amon Johnson not able to get that car off the grid. That's the 2nd race in a row. 99 in the 45. We got Kurt Crum with damage already. So that's not looking good for the left front of that Kurt's Cab Ferrari. I believe that was Saint Germain that he made contact with. But he's still going to give it a go. That damage probably not going to hurt him too bad through these corners. It won't be until the straightaway when we'll see how bad it hurts. He's sticking it outside now. While we were... And he does. He shoves it down in there on Thomas Morris. He's going to hold it down. He's going to get that position. Now, while we were watching that, we missed. Eric Mickey just shot straight to the front of the field. New leader. Eric Mickey in the 84 car. We saw him do this last week as well. We're going to hop back here with Justin Richardson. We know he has speed. We know he has the ability to get through the field. We'll see if he can make some magic happen. As we're coming to the end of the first lap here in just a moment. He is going to dive low on the 99 of Thomas Morris. Oh, he slides it out. That's going to be brutal. But the Mickey brothers out front, first and second. Eric front, Andrew second. We got Kurt Crum sitting third. Valeri Botchitz, probably the most unliked driver last week for one reason or another. He's sitting P4 right now in the 45 Ferrari. Thomas Morris right behind him. Brian Son sitting sixth in the 03. With Amon Johnson rolling P7 currently. Justin Richardson got a long way to make up now. And I believe Saint Germain, yeah, there's some broken stuff on that car. He's, yeah, that's painful to watch. Bad luck for Saint Germain there. We'll come back up front. Kurt Crum able to get around Andrew Mickey already. Kurt about 2 seconds back from Eric Mickey. We'll see how that works out. Looks like the battle right now is going to be between Thomas More and Valeri Botchitz. Oh, and as I say that, it looks like Brian Son has inserted himself into this picture. He's looking for that action too. What's the old saying? Be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. We'll try to keep an eye on the progress of Kurt Crum towards the front, looking for Eric Mickey. Maybe we can get these two engaged in some hot battles for you. Somebody's sliding it through the corner there. Brian Son within striking distance of Thomas Morris right here. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to make anything happen down the long straightaway, but it's still early. 16 minutes remaining in race number 2 for the Scars Ferrari Challenge Series here at Nurburgring tonight. And Thomas Morris pulled right up to the back bumper of Valeri, not able to make it stick. But pulls right back up to the back bumper. One more again. I know got that stat, looking to get that stat. It looks like Valeri and Andrew both running a little bit better as we got Brian Son around behind these two. It was actually a pretty good move by him to get it spun all the way around and back on the track. Gonna lose time, but not as much as he would have had he got it stuck there in the sand trap. And Thomas Morris, Valeri Botchitz locked into battle right now. Thomas Moore did exactly what he wanted to do there. He wanted to force Valeri to make a mistake. That allows Thomas to drive right by the 45. They got that stat machine, just got that stat. Thomas's next victim on his list going to be the 86 car of Andrew Mickey. That will be for a podium position. So maybe we can get one of those gentlemen in here. I think we've had Andrew in here once this season. We've also had Thomas in here once this season. But we'll see how that goes. Still a lot of racing left. And Valeri definitely not out of this. We're going to take you back out front real quick. Now, Kurt Crum in the damaged Kurt's cab Ferrari. He's doesn't look like he's able to gain a lot of position on Eric Mickey. But with that being said, he's also not losing any. And it looks like Thomas Morris now working on the 86 car of Andrew Mickey. Mickey with a little bit of a lockup there. Morris probably, I'm speculating here, but he might be trying to force another mistake out of a red Ferrari. Maybe make it a trend. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll go into the roll bar of Thomas Morris. See what's going on here. Thomas able to pull right up to the back bumper of the 86 car. See if he's able to make anything happen. Andrew not gonna make the mistake through that corner. We'll keep an eye on this battle for you. I'm going to come back here. Gonna watch one more corner there. Oh, and Andrew does make a slight mistake there. That allows Thomas to get right up on the bumper. Has to check up a little bit, but that's going to give Thomas Morris the run down the long straightaway here. He's going to have position on the 86 car going into turn 1, and this will be for your 3rd position. See how this plays out. Andrew going to squeeze him down tight to the inside. Thomas not going to falter. He does get that position. Got that stat? Got another stat. Ooh, Thomas up to the 3rd position. While we were doing that, we missed Justin Richardson getting around the 03 of Brian Son here, who now has his eyes set on the 54 of Amon Johnson. And we saw the 13 have a early spin out in this race, but already caught back up. Already caught back up to the back of the field. Looked like he's taking positions as he gets to him. Amon doing the I don't want to say not the smart move, but the gentleman move. Not challenging the 13 for that position. Recognizes that he is faster. Just kind of lets him go there. Gentleman racing here in the Scars Ferrari Challenge Series. Back out front, Kurt Crum has caught the back of the 84 of Eric Mickey. This battle for the lead. Eric Mickey holds it. Kurt Crum wants it. We'll see what happens with this. About 11 minutes remaining in race number 2 here tonight at the Nurburgring. Eric doing the same thing Andrew just did. Kurt Crum able to pull out wide there, but I think this is going to be Kurt's Achilles heel with the front end damage to that Ferrari. I don't know that he's going to have the straightaway speed that he needs to get around Eric here, at least on the straightaway. Through the corners, it does appear that Kurt Crum is a little bit faster. We'll keep an eye on that, see how that develops. Looks like Andrew trying to make, as Thomas Morris locks it up there, Andrew going to make up a little bit of time on him. And Morris is going to have to watch that. He's up. He keeps locking up those tires. Andrew is going to strike. And we're not talking about bowling, folks. There's no pinnings involved. But Thomas Morris sitting in 3rd right now. Andrew Mickey 4th. But Larry Botchett still back here in 5th with a hard-charging Justin Richardson. Justin pouring on the hard work right now. And he does manage to get his way by the 45 of Valeri. Less than 10 minutes remaining. He's sitting solidly inside the top 5. He's looking to get around Andrew and take that podium away from Thomas Morris. And looking at his pace, I don't know that these guys are going to be able to stop that. Back out front, Kurt Crum. He's looking to make the move on the 84 car. He's not going to be able to do it here. But he's definitely letting Eric know he's there and he's ready to battle. No doubt about that. As they come through the last corner, coming down the long straightaway. Like I said, I think this is what's going to hurt Kurt the most. That front end damage, maybe not allowing him to get as high of a top speed as he'd like. But it doesn't look like it's hurting him too terrible. Like we said, as soon as they get back into the corners, he's right back on top of it. We'll roll nose cam here. All right, and it looks like Justin Richardson has caught up to the back of the 86 of Andrew Mickey. He's got position on him there. Andrew able to come back through the right-hander. Oh, 86 left. No room on the outside there. Caused Justin to have to go into the grass a little bit. Justin did not lift, though. Maintained his pace. Was able to clear the 86. Moved Justin Richardson in the 13 up to the 4th position. Rolled off this grid dead last. Tail gun Charlie, as Trey would say. But he's made his way up to the 4th position. His next victim on his list, Thomas Morris, for the 3rd position. And then once he gets around him, he's got a 14-second gap he's got to make up. And unfortunately, I don't know that he has time for that. He's going to need these leaders to make some pretty large mistakes. But it does not appear that he's going to lay over. Looks like he is going to challenge for it, so we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, as Kurt locks it up right behind the 84 there, almost contact. Now we've seen it. We know Kurt does not want to hit Eric. He doesn't want to pass him that way. But he is going to have to push a little bit harder to get around him. Eric Mickey's strong, you know, and we've seen this not only just on the road in the Ferrari series, but we've seen once Eric gets out front, he likes clean air. He's not going to typically let you have it. He will battle you for it. About 6.5 minutes remaining. But to come back here, Justin Richardson, as we say that, is making his way around Thomas Morris with a 3rd place spot. Richardson rolled off tailgun Charlie, had a spin early in the race, and has already made his way back to 3rd. Now he's got quite a bit of a gap to catch up to 2nd place of Kurt Crum. But like we said, he's gonna try. We can guarantee you that. We are under 6 minutes remaining in race number 2 of the Scars Ferrari Challenge at the Nurburgring, the Grand Prix circuit. It looks like this is your closest battle on track right now. So we will stick here for the time being until we see a closer battle develop. Down this long straightaway again. We'll see, and it appears that Kurt is not able to draft up like the undamaged cars. So that's probably hurting him a little bit here. You know, as far as getting position on Eric Mickey. But, you know, we do see once we get back in the twisties, he's able to catch right back up. All right, now that we're back from almost dying there, we've got Kurt Crum, Eric Mickey locked into battle. We got about 3 minutes remaining. Kurt's going to turn the wick up now, as essentially we got about 2 more laps to go. We mentioned Justin Richardson making that charge. Just ran, I believe, his fastest lap of the race with a 149.677. But unfortunately, even though he has made up time, it's not going to be enough to challenge these guys for a second or first. But still pretty solid recovery from the 13 after spinning out early in this race, and then able to make his way back through the field up to the 3rd position. That speaks for the talent level of the 13. But right now, we got the 11 and the 84 locked into battle for a win. This is what you came to see. 2 minutes remaining. We'll see. We'll get this lap and maybe one more to decide who wins race number 2 here at the Nurburgring. It looks like Matthew Saint Germain has retired from the race. Fortunate luck for him tonight, race number 2, but I'm sure we'll see him again in the next race. We do 1.5 minutes remaining. They're going to take the white flag here. Eric Mickey out front. Kurt Crum wants it. We're going to see what happens here. This is going to be where Kurt needs to turn it up. He's going to have to make something happen if he wants this win tonight. If he can get it done with a damaged car, though, that's going to speak more than 1,000 words. He's more than likely going to have Eric Mickey make a mistake here. And I don't know that we're going to see that. What we are going to see, we're going to see these two boys close out with some hard battling. If Kurt can get to that bumper, he might be able to get position on him going into a corner. He's definitely going to be running out of time here. And we already know he's not going to be able to draft him down the straightaway. So if he's going to get it done, he's going to have to get it done through the twisties. And only a handful of corners remaining for him to do that. And it looks like Eric might have turned up the wick himself, as the gap has increased significantly. We'll take you back here. Brian Son, Andrew Mickey, they're locked into battle right now. Looks like Eric Mickey is going to be your winner here, as he rounds the last corner. The 84, Eric Mickey, going to be race number 2 winner tonight here at the Nurburgring. Kurt Crum going to finish 2nd. Justin Richardson, there's just not enough that you can say about that effort from that driver. Justin going to finish 3rd tonight in the 13 car. We got Thomas Morris. He's going to finish 4th in the 99 Got That Stat Machine. Looks like Andrew Mickey able to hold off Brian Son. And we got Valery Botchitz right behind him, and Amon Johnson going to finish the race. P8, retired driver Matthew Saint Germain going to finish 9th tonight. Like we said earlier, it's unfortunate circumstances for him. We definitely like seeing him do well, but I just wasn't in the cards. We'll get you a results screen here. Eric Mickey, winner, chicken dinner. I can't wait to say that to him. Driving the 84 car for Bombshell Motorsports. Kurt Crum rounds out 2nd. The hard-charging Justin Richardson, P3 tonight. And as we already said, Morris, Mickey, Son, Botchitz, Johnson, Saint Germain, and Will Salisbury rounding out your field there. I say this. What do you say? We go ahead, queue up these interviews, get them in here. Who we got first? And he's already there waiting. We're going to snatch him up. There he is, Justin Richardson. Man, started the race off pretty good, had the early spin, unfortunate luck there, but turned around, made up almost all that time and some more. Rolled off the grid dead last. Early spin, came back, finished on the podium, third place. There's just no arguing the amount of talent in this man's pinky finger. Justin, tell us a little bit about race number 2.
Sucked for me, but I think made it entertaining for you guys. I liked this server. Somehow it was really grippy, even more so than earlier. So I was looking forward to the race. Going into lap 2 or turn 1, Kurt got, or somebody got into Kurt, or Kurt got into somebody. He spun around and clipped my left front as I went by. So for the entire race, my wheel on the straights was at 10 and 4. And so I thought, I was really like, all right, screw this, I'm going to quit. And I was going and I thought, screw it, I'm going to keep going. I got, and then towards the last corner, I think it was Andrew or somebody else, I went inside. I was not expecting the curb to be that slippery, and it just whipped me around. I couldn't stop it. So then I'm definitely thinking I want to quit. No use. I already got a win. And I did one more lap. I'm like, the wheel's crooked as all hell. I'm not going to get anywhere. And I caught 13.4 seconds on the last guy, whoever that was at the time. And then I caught him, and then there was a yellow flags. It looks like 2 other guys were off, and I caught them. And then I thought, oh, hell, there's Thomas and Andrew right in front of me. So I kept going, and then I think 3 laps from the end, I posted the fastest lap of the race, and it looked like, even with my wheel the way it was, I was about 1.1 to 1.3 seconds a lap faster than Eric and Kurt at any time. So it sucks. I think if I had my car perfect the way it was at the start, I could have won this.
Yeah, I can't disagree with it. Barring that unfortunate spin through the right-hander there, we were watching you lap times. I think the fastest we saw, at least with my eyes, 149.677. It was setting it on fire. But
I had 2 49s in the 6s.
We definitely tracked your progress through the field. Nothing short of amazing. I think, like you said, even with the early wheel issue, barring that spin, I think we might be interviewing a different winner. But still, nothing to gawk at. Rolled off dead last, had a spin, came back, still got a podium finish. That's pretty solid to pair that with your win in race number 1, Justin. Pretty solid night for you.
Yeah, definitely more than last week. I'm good with that. In my head, I'm thinking I could have won this if it wasn't for my overeagerness to get inside of that guy at the beginning, but I really wasn't sure how my car was going to play out the entire rest of the race with my wheel as crooked as it was, and it was already hard trying to figure out when your wheel's at 10 and 4, how much do you turn, because it's awkward to find your apex at that point with the wheel so corner or bent over, but it was still pretty fun. I guess this race too, and what happened is pretty much playing into what you guys changed this up for, and you got your money's worth.
Absolutely. Personally, I love the inverted field. I know not everybody's a fan of it, but creates for a little bit more excitement, at least here in the broadcast booth. But Justin, before we let you go tonight, we need to get those shout outs from you.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my Positive Sim Racing team and Javier for letting me do this on Wednesdays. I'd like to thank my boys over at Speed Asylum that's kept me going all this time up until now. My buddy Hollywood, who's watching over in Colorado. Simula J for my wheels. And Joe Sullivan for my OS&W setup. He's dealt with me a lot over the last few weeks over some issues, and I'm the type of person who will call you over every little thing to make sure it's working perfectly. But other than that, and thanks to Eric and the Vickies for putting this series on. I'm sure they're not happy with how much I've won, hence the change in the inverted fields, but it's still fun to have a series like this with guys that aren't stupid and that get together. They're nice guys. They're not idiots or jerks, and you don't have test and try to find a setup. You just show up and drive and have fun with a bunch of guys.
Well, we enjoy watching you just beat the snot out of these boys here. At least during race number 1, and last couple times out, we've enjoyed watching you come through the field. Race number 2, Justin, another pretty solid night overall. But we look forward to seeing you again next time.
Yeah, I think how many more races we have?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. Not too many though.
All right. Well, hopefully not. I've got some things coming up that I won't be around for, so hopefully it ends before that. But yeah, thanks, and hopefully I'll see you guys again.
Sounds like a plan, Justin. That was your 3rd place finisher here in race number 2. Now it's time to get the 2nd place guy. Snatch and grab. Kurt's cab coming back through the field. Early contact had the front of that Ferrari looking like a Honda Civic. But somehow, some way, managed to get himself up to 2nd place and battle Eric Mickey pretty much the entire race for the win. Kurt, tell us a little bit about your race, bud.
Yeah, that was a crazy start. I made a pretty good start, and I was picking my way through. But there was just a lot of cars and not enough space at the exit of turn 1 there, and I got sandwiched a little bit. So definitely slowed us down a little, but I was able to keep it clean for the rest of the race there, and yeah, really tried to pressure Eric, but he held on real well and didn't really make any big mistakes. And so with that damage, I just didn't have enough to really force my way by at any point. But yeah, it was fun.
Well, Kurt, we tracked your progress through the field there. The the early contact, it kind of looked to us like maybe it was 4 wide going into the corner. I think you got together with Saint Germain a little bit, but to bring that damaged car through the field like that and battle for a win, man, that's nothing short of amazing.
Yeah, it was. I really had to stay on it, and the handling was pretty much fine. Just down a little on top end, so I just really had to focus on not scrubbing any speed in the corners and doing what I could.
Well, Kurt, before we shoo you out of here, we don't have Trey here to make it glamorous, but before we shoo you out, we need those shout-outs, bud.
I'm going to give a shout out to my doctor, Dr. Abdel Mishi. I can't even say his goddamn name, but going under the knife next week, so I want to give him a little shout out there. Make sure that his hands are steadier than mine are at this race.
Well, Kurt, we wish you the best of luck with that. And I've learned with my experience, the harder it is to pronounce their name, the better they are at surgery.
That sounds about right.
Just putting that out there.
Doing it longer than I've been born, so I'm pretty confident it's going to be just fine.
There you go. We wish you the best of luck with that. A speedy recovery. We don't want you to be down too long. We can't have too many races without the cab. But Kurt, we wish you the best of luck, man. Pretty solid night again tonight. Couple P2s, good points night. But again, we wish you the best of luck, and yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, and hopefully I'll talk to you next week for the finale.
Sounds like a plan, man. All right, that's your P2. Kurt Crum messed me up there a little bit with the whole surgery thing. God, had no idea. We do wish Kurt the best of luck with that. Speedy recoveries are always ideal. Anytime you have surgery. Not that I'm telling you anything you don't already know.
I always sound stupid.
Oh, do you? Speaking of sounding stupid, Eric, really, really solid run in race number 2 for you. I believe it's 2 weeks in a row. You've come straight up to the front, quick as hell. tonight, picking up the W. Rolled off 7th. I believe you were in the lead before the end of the first lap. Pretty solid performance. Held off a hard charging Kirk Crum there. Tell us a little bit about your race, man.
Yeah, we had a good start. We had a car stop on the start of the race that helped me get a few more positions. And then by the time we got to turn 2, I was just behind Andrew, and I was able to work myself around him. And from there, I was just doing all I could to get out as far as possible because I knew Justin and Kurt would be coming. I heard Justin had some issues at some point, and then Kurt tracked me down, and I thought it was just a matter of time before he got me. But I guess he got a slowdown penalty through on that last lap, and that really kind of killed it all for him.
Yeah, Eric, we were speculating that those last lap and a half, 2 laps, that he was about to turn the wick up on you. We did notice he did back off significantly, so there's that. I don't, from what we saw here, and by we I mean I saw here in the booth, I don't know that the result would have been any different than what it is right now. That car having top end troubles with the crumpledness of the front end, but again, irrelevant at this point. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Your favorite phrase, the phrase that pays. Eric, how many?
You wanna keep rolling with those rhyming statements?
Now they only go so far. Eric, how many more races do we have here in season 1 of the Scars?
Next week will be our final week. So 2 races at Sebring, and I believe it's October 18th. We'll be kicking up season 2 with the move to the Ferrari GT3 platform. So looking forward to that. Working on getting all the official info out to everybody, and talking with you guys about a new deal.
We like deals, and hell, at this point, getting pretty solid at doing these things solo. But again, another solid points night for you. Picking up a win in race number 2. Of course, anytime you get a win, I don't know about you, but anytime you get a win, it's real nice. But yeah, so if you're looking to join the Scar Series, next week's the last race of this season. Picking up next season in October, like Eric said. Find them on Facebook, find them on the Twitter, find them on iRacing. As we said last week, that's the best place to get in touch with them. Either of the 3 admins, Eric Micka, Andrew Micka, or Thomas Morris. Get in touch with them. Get into this series. We need to fill these fields. I want 30 car fields, man.
Oh, I don't even know if I want that. I want to deal with that many people. But yeah, we're hoping to get closer to 20. I think we had a lot of changes throughout the season as we're kind of like getting our feet wet and realizing, oh, this thing is actually going to work. We're actually going to have people who want to show up every week. And then we started rethinking maybe some of the decisions we made were not maybe the best for continuing people to like show up every week and everything. So made some changes. So that's a little bit of hectic first season for us, but we feel like we have everything pretty much set and under control for season 2. It should be pretty solid. We shouldn't have to be making so many changes, and I think for the most part, everyone is really on board with this 2-race format, and so a full season of it will be hopefully a lot of fun, just as it has been for the last few weeks. And this was my first win in a series that I've owned since, well, at least definitely on iRacing, on PC days. I mean, back in on PlayStation console days and whatnot, I had some success. But on this competitive format of iRacing and everything, today, this was my first win on in my own series, so that was a big thing to get off my shoulders. And it was fun racing Kurt for it.
Especially here at the ring. You got to love the ring.
Love this track. I mean, you take down those walls and you go down to the Nordschleife. That's my favorite track in the world to race on or anything like that. So yeah, it's big to get it here. So yeah.
Well, Eric, again, congrats on the win. We look forward to seeing what you and the rest of the admin team bring at us for season number 2. Hopefully be able to broadcast it here on OCR TV. We'll have to figure all that out. But again, congrats on the win, and we'll see you next week at the Sebring.
All right. Thank you very much.
There it is. Eric Mickey taking home the trophy 1 week from the finale of the Scars Ferrari Challenge. I'm going to hit you with the results one more again. Well, you guys can read. And if you can't, find some pictures. In any event, it's been a pleasure bringing you the Scars Ferrari Challenge from the Nurburgring Grand Prix course. I'm Wendell. Normally here with me, Trey Landry. Maybe he'll be back next week for Sebring. We'll see. Join us live again. I believe we are back, OCR TV, Sunday night. If not Sunday night, most certainly Monday night. Join us then, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another solid night from the Ferrari guys over here with the Scars series. Again, if you're interested in joining, find that series on iRacing or look for Eric Mickey, Thomas Morris, or Andrew Mickey. They can get you pushed in the right direction. We'd love to see you here. But until then, we're going to have to call it a day. Maybe we get Trey in here to say, see ya.